All right, everybody. I want to talk about another thing about that same time of what I was just talking about when it comes to borrowing money off people and stuff like that. I used to go pick up some scrap from my brother's workplace. I think at that time it was previous workplace. He's just recently changed, but I was still allowed to go pick up scrap, as I asked my brother that to make sure that was all still good. Isn't that right, Emma?
Yeah.
And so I used to go pick up some scrap, which I videoed a little bit at the end of it because, like I said, I end up stopping as I lost my licence. But I picked up scrap probably 3 times or 4 times after I lost my licence with a friend, Mama Jo, Emma's a very good friend, as she likes to call Mama Jo. Isn't that right?
More like a godmother.
Yeah. And her sister, and I think that was about it, and her sister, to help me go pick up some scrap. And when I went to do that at that time, and just before myself, I noticed when I was doing my last pickups before I lost my licence, usually when I go to pick up, you barely see a car go past. Isn't that right? As you're in a back alleyway.
Yeah.
But then near the end, just before I lost my licence, I noticed there was traffics of cars. Remember me telling you, going, oh, look out, Emma, and look out, as I used to take Stella there, as there's usually no people around to run around in the car park part. There, yeah, of these like convoys of 6 cars and 4 cars and 7 cars and 4 cars and things like that. Four-wheel drive type of ones, weren't they?
Yeah.
Particularly. And it just turned up and just drive and flash and drive by. I thought it was quite strange at that time, but I didn't usually have too many strange incidences, so I just let that go. But over time, you might think all these things add up, which is why I'm talking about a story that I'm going to release soon, because I've got a lot of these things that add up to show you a clear story. Now, at that time, like I said, people helped me pick up. I was also picked up some of the stuff that I've got now from the recent people and a few other things, right, as I used to pick up things and help out, helping hand when I can, right, for a little bit of helping hand of the almighty cash that solves everything. If you need someone to buy you something, well, first they need cash to go buy it. So you hear a lot of word about cash, right? And I talked about how when I worked, yeah, and I've talked about how I worked with priests before, and they don't have cash. They used to pay me, what did you want to go buy instead of the cash? What were you going to do with it? Right? Do you need cash for drugs? Something, can't do that. Right? But it wasn't for that. And I wanted munchy food. I did want a little bit of cash for fuel. I used to like to ride motorbikes with a friend of mine, and if I brought fuel, we could ride the motorbike that he had. But I could get that up in other ways, and I like to have some munchies and have fun with my friends on the weekends or after schools and stuff like that. And so money to me, if I needed something, I usually got it from my mother, or I wasn't allowed to have certain things. So I wasn't too phased about getting the latest iPhone, and there was barely phones back then when I was younger, but there was phones, but I didn't have any so-called toys, right, as my mum didn't believe that I should and didn't promote me to have certain things, definitely near the end of my teenage days and mid-teenage. And so when it comes to the bar, people doing things for people, where's the right line and where's the wrong line when it comes to those areas, isn't it? And have a good one.